All right, nerds, we're skipping the foreplay. It's the 12th inaugural episode of the Sonic Movie Show. I'm Ethan.
And I'm Devin. And your quote for this episode is, you're right. It was lame. Gift shop was cool, though.
I had a feeling you were going to use that stupid quote. I had a feeling.
Funniest part of the entire trailer.
And we got a trailer.
We
got the second trailer. We got a trailer. We got the redesign. We got the whole thing. We got
more
2
footage
minutes,
than
51
before.
seconds of it.
We got new soundtrack, potentially. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's been your news
more.
update. So this has been the 12th episode. We'll see you next time. No. We've been waiting for this for a long time. It's been how long? Since April?
Since
May. We've had the last trailer. Yeah. It's already past the date for that the movie was originally supposed
November
to come
8th.
out on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Last Friday there.
Yeah.
And so I guess I technically win.
Yeah, you win because you said beginning of November and I said end of November.
It was close though. It was getting close. A couple more days. I think it would have been.
We're recording on the 15th, and I think we were smack dab in the middle. But yeah, we finally got the redesign, and it is what the leaks had been saying. Which after like the third one, it was like, all right, this has to be real.
Yeah.
But we got the redesign. We got a trailer. We're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff.
We're gonna give our raw thoughts, I think, and then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So how about you? You go first. What are your thoughts? Just maybe we start because we've watched the trailer a couple times. What was your first?
I mean, it's looping right now.
Yeah.
My computer.
I have it looping too. Like, what were your first thoughts after you watched it the first time, if you remember, or like what you want to?
I'm sure we could go back to episode 2 and look back at it, but if I recall correctly,
like the first time you watched this trailer. Sorry.
Oh, trailer number 2, first time seeing it. Gotcha. I'm like, oh, this looks a lot better. My reaction was Sonic looks a lot more fun, a lot more expressive. It's because he is more animated. He isn't supposed to look like, It's like I didn't see the Lion King remake from earlier this year, but I know what they were going for was like a documentary kind of look. The animals aren't expressive. Therefore, they feel, at least from trailers, they look emotionless. I didn't see the movie.
Yeah,
I compare that to the animated version.
I saw the movie, and I would agree with that. That it felt like just as if Animal Planet all of a sudden turned to a musical.
Right, and then that was my original reaction to the first trailer of like, oh, he doesn't seem as expressive as he could be. In this trailer, he looks way more expressive. So that was my first reaction. This was after seeing him run through Green Hill Zone through a loop. Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right. They at least did that, because if we got this movie and they didn't even like show him doing like basic Sonic stuff, like running through a circle, you know what I mean? Through a loop, it would just be weird. So I'm glad that they did that kind of stuff. And yeah, I don't know. It seems way more fun. What about you?
I woke up and I saw it. I think you sent it to me. I don't know which. I opened Twitter.
I definitely sent it to you.
I don't know if I already like opened Twitter for whatever. I found it and I'm like, I'm laying in bed and I'm like, okay. Here we go. And I'm like, and I press play, and it kind of started a little abruptly, I was going to say, but I'm like, okay, Green Hill Zone, Sonic doing Sonic things, cool. The design looks exactly like the leaks. And I'm like, this actually looks good. And then compared to the first trailer, they added a little bit more scenes and some dialogue, some jokes. And there was actually, I actually laughed like out loud at one point at the Jim Carrey joke there where he says, I love your lattes or whatever. But he says
you laughed at that one?
Yeah, I'm just like, classic Jim. But no, I actually found it generally funny and amusing. I'm like, hey, this might actually be really fun. Like more compared to the other trailer. For some reason, I felt the other trailer had its like haha funny moments, but this I felt a little bit more like, hey, this actually could be like a good.
This might be worth watching.
Yeah, this might be. I might come out of this theater being like, hey, I might watch this film again because it's funny.
So it's funny you mentioned Jim Carrey. I actually thought throughout this entire trailer he was obnoxious and not funny. Including the latte thing.
He's just classic Jim. So to me, it's just I'm like, this is exactly what I thought it was going to be.
The only Jim Carrey part that actually made me laugh is when he said that's an illegal left.
Oh, that part, I do remember that, but that part's good too.
But if you combine that probably with the context around it in the actual movie, it might end up not being as funny. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, but it's also a trailer, for a comedy action film, and sometimes with comedy films, I don't. Like trailers for comedy films for me and generally just aren't that funny because it's like here's jokes without any real context.
Right, and we're gonna make context for these jokes that might not even be the context from the movie.
Yeah, and it might be funnier later on.
Yeah.
Or it might not.
And sometimes it's
it's
the opposite. It's funnier in the trailer than in the movie. I know Deadpool was like that. A couple of the jokes were funnier in the trailer than in the movie, in my opinion. And I didn't have a kid screaming behind me, repeating all the jokes too, like I did when I saw that movie in theaters. All right. But yeah, no, I mean, we got, a lot more Jim Carrey. We got a lot more of Sonic. Just in terms of the things they're saying.
But not too much. We just don't know too much about him besides that.
He's definitely the straight man to the funny man.
Yeah.
In this movie. So who knows? He might not end up being all that memorable, which would be, I think, a detriment to this movie. If they can pull off, then, it seems like the rating was actually good. Mm-hmm. But so far in this trailer, to me, he just seems like he's just literally there.
He's pushing the plot along.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only, I've seen people ask the question of, why does he need a car so he can run faster? Because he's going at Dr. Eggman's going to kill the other guy. So, of course, they need to go together.
I mentioned in the trailer something about how I'm here to help my friends. I feel like we probably could do a whole episode, maybe more on the plot, since I think we got a lot more information on the plot.
Yeah.
In this. Compared to the first trailer, where the first trailer was just kind of like, okay, what is happening?
Yeah.
Also, we can't confirm now. It's Dr. Robotnik is his name. They say it in the trailer. He says, I'm Dr. Robotnik.
But I still, I have to imagine that at the end of the movie, if he's going to expand into some big person shape, and they're going to call him Eggman.
I think
I guarantee
so. I like that idea. I think it'd be good to do it that way. He's almost like an evil villain that way, where he has some crazy transformation, where he's still a crazy scientist, but he's not fully there yet. And then Sonic just breaks him. He just turns into an evil, crazy Dr. Frankenstein-esque kind of guy. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, we said we didn't want to go into the plot too much into this trailer because we think we can spend a lot more time on it than this episode can provide. But I did want to point out one little thing that I noticed. At the beginning of the trailer, he says to, we assume is Cyclops, or at least just a monologue to us, the viewers. He says that people on his planet always were trying to steal his powers. That's why he came to Earth, and he's been living his best life. That assumes to me that he has no friends. I don't think that there's a Tails or a Knuckles.
Yeah, maybe not. That's true.
I mean, Cyclops wears red, and he punched Jim Carrey. Is he going to be stupid Knuckles now?
Okay, if that happens, you heard it here first. Jim Marston, whatever, I think that's his full name, Jim Marston, Cyclops. He, at the end of the movie, he falls into a vat of acid. It comes out his knuckles. Comes out his knuckles. I will lose my mind.
Starts talking about giant master emeralds.
We did see a pyramid. We did see a pyramid, so that's still not. Yeah. Again, we saw in the first trailer, but I saw pyramid again, so maybe there's a reference. There might be a reference.
Yeah.
Also, did you hear in the baseball scene there's a little bit of the Sonic music in the background? Did you hear that?
Yeah, Green Hill Zone was faintly in right before it jumps to Sonic playing with his armpits. Just another one of the not funny points in the movie.
I've had this on loop and I don't remember that. And now I'm going to pay attention to see if I see that. Plays with his armpit?
Where he's doing the baseball. He's like, oh, Sonic's batting, and now Sonic's pitching, and then now an outfielder Sonic or third baseman Sonic, and he's doing the weird mouth noises, and he plays with his armpits. And it's just unflattering, in my opinion.
Now that we got a closer look at Sonic's design, do we like it? Do we love it? Are we indifferent?
Yes, I think that this is the best possible version that they could make for a movie. And now, granted, maybe it's really easy to come to that conclusion when we had the worst possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's say this came out originally without the context of the first trailer. Would you have been as excited?
I would be like, wow, he actually looks good. I honestly think I would have said that.
I think I would have said the same thing.
I mean, obviously, people would be far more scrutinizing his design now if this was the original design, because, it's not exactly the way it is, but since we had meow, you know what I mean?
They got rid of that, or maybe they just changed it for the trailer.
I just think that they cut right before or right after it. I actually want the meow in there still. But who knows? It's been how long since the movie was supposed to come out? Obviously, they didn't wait till the movie was supposed to come out and then start making changes. So they were making changes earlier. How much VO changes did they do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sonic could have completely different lines. He doesn't have to actually be on set. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Ben Schwartz doesn't need to be there. He can be in a VO booth.
The other actors, on the way to his His next big picture.
It's not exactly professional. A lot of
in-
them usually have literally have like a closet in their house that's
What
soundproof
else is
for
he
it.
doing? Do we know?
I have no idea. All I know him from his old episodes of Parks and Recreation.
I was gonna say, is he gonna get big deals from this film? I don't know.
I think, based off this trailer, that this movie can sell enough tickets. I'm not going to say more than Detective Pikachu, but within the realm close to it, that would be deemed successful. Now, granted, we don't know how much money they had to add on to the budget for the animation changes, but I think this movie would get a sequel. It would have to bomb, in my opinion.
To me, it's going to come down to what other movies are coming out at that time, and whether or not parents are going to take their kid to see. That's, to me, it always comes down to that: is what is the market going to be like around when it comes out?
What movies are coming out in February?
I saw a couple trailers recently for movies out in February, and I'm like, okay, I need to remember that, but now I don't remember it. But as we get closer, we could probably look ahead because we'll probably know a couple more.
Because I think November would have killed it. So I think it might have had a better chance in February than November.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping, for their sake, that they at least make their money back. But
didn't Pikachu went up against Spider-Man, right? Pretty shortly after, right? Or am I making this up?
Spider-Man was until the summer. Pikachu was in March. No, March.
Pikachu was in May.
Spider-Man, I think, was June.
But in any case, the only reason why I think Pikachu might have had better sales for tickets could have been the fact that if it didn't go up against a big movie. But if it didn't go up against Spider-Man, I mean, Avengers would have still been out, but everyone had seen it, pretty much. Yeah,
and that's a phenomenon rather than a...
Right.
Hey, this movie's good. Yeah, I
think that movie, I think Avengers literally made 10 times what Pikachu made.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think Pikachu only made like 500 million worldwide, like total, including domestic.
So I guess we'll say 6 times then. The Sonic movie will make above 300,000 or 300 million. I think literally based off this trailer, this movie looks fun. It might not look good, but it looks like it could be fun. I definitely think kids are going to see it, and like the quote you just did at the beginning of this episode just happened on the trailer on my loop right now. And I think kids are going to see that moment in the trailer or any of the other Sonic moments and be like, ha, he's funny. I want to see Sonic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's the best way they can sell this film. It's not going to be this art house film. It's going to be just a fun ride.
You sure? That's the Shadow the Hedgehog movie. That's the art house.
Yeah.
That's his Joker 2019 movie.
I guess it kind of sounds like for the Sonic movie stock market that your stock is rising. Is that true?
Very, very much so. I am actually down for this movie as long as, Jim Carrey isn't in it, because I don't think he looks funny, save for one tiny moment in the trailer.
I think we'll get a lot of Jim Carrey. I think so. I think he's the main selling point for like not our age, but a little bit older and up, for people who are like love Jim Carrey in like 90s and early 2000s. And then the Sonic is for the kids. And Jim Carrey is funny to kids too, I think, generally.
Sure. I mean, a kid saw him doing that dance in this trailer, either thought that he's stupid or he's funny. There is no in between, like perhaps me. But how many people do you realistically think have no care about Sonic at all? See this Jim Carrey, you don't care about Sonic at all. They watch this trailer like, I'm going to go see this movie because of the Jim Carrey performances I've seen in this trailer. Do you really think that that's like even a minorly significant number?
There's always some people who are like that. I can guarantee you there's someone out there who likes Jim Carrey enough being like, hey, this looks like old Jim Carrey or something. I don't know. And I will say this, just generally speaking about general people liking this, because I know we're Sonic nerds, but I think when the first trailer came out, I remember people, I think I said that on this show before, that I had people on my Facebook being like, hey, this looks good. Like just average people who might just know Sonic generally, maybe played a Sonic game. Maybe that's about it. And they were saying it looks good. And then when this trailer came out, more people reposting it. I don't think it was the same people, but people were like, oh, this looks really funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it funny because of Jim Carrey? Is it funny because of Sonic? Or is it both? You know what I mean? That's so hard. I didn't ask them. Maybe I could have interviewed them. But I think there's a little bit of people who might be like, I like Jim Carrey and his wacky humor. I might go see it for that. And then Sonic, will add a little bit more to it. And then there might be people who are like, I'm only here for Sonic. And Jim Carrey adds a little bit to it. So that's fun too. I'm kind of in that boat. I'm kind of like, I'm going to go see a Sonic film regardless, but with Jim Carrey in it, I'm in. I like my boy Jim.
You have to see this movie. It's your contractual obligation.
I know. But I'm saying
for seeing it 4 times.
I'm saying with Jim Carrey in it, it makes me a little bit more excited that I'm like, hey, I get Jim. You know, like if it
All
was
right.
anybody else, maybe it wouldn't be as wacky. I don't know. He might be a good fit generally. I guess we'll see how he does with Dr. Eggman. But to me, he's kind of the closest Eggman without being physically looking like him.
Yeah. Yeah, like okay, so
That's kind of where I was
this
going with that. Sorry.
it's a little sidebar here. Pretend that Jim Carrey is not Robotnik in this film. What other actor do you think could be
Dr. Robotnik.
yeah.
That's the thing is I can't think of anything like who. Because you always want to do like almost like look alike.
Gilbert Gottfried? Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy.
I mean, he's making a comeback. Yeah, I mean, I would have said Louis C.K. if this was like 5 years ago.
Ben Stiller.
Actually, you know what?
I don't know.
He
Now that I said
could.
it.
I think he would really have to try. I think it comes more naturally to Jim Carrey.
That's what I'm
being
saying. I think
that,
he's
like,
naturally
outlandish.
weird like that. So that's kind of why I like it because he's just weird. They're probably like, "Hey Jim, just be yourself," because that's kind of how Eggman is. He's just weird, goofy guy.
I mean, Taika Waititi, director of Thor Ragnarok, and he's actually in movies. He could pull off an Eggman. He wouldn't look like him though. Idris Elba? No, I'm kidding.
Zac Efron.
Oh my God, Zach Galifianakis. No, he's like really really weird. I don't think he's like eccentric like Eggman could be. That just reminded me because one of the few things that actually give the Sonic games credit, at least the recent ones, is that Eggman is actually funny. Actually funny. Not like, oh, he's doing things that are supposed to be funny, therefore, humor. Like, one of the few things I actually found about Sonic Forces that was even remotely redeemable was with the actor that played Eggman, like his performance. I'm like, this is actually funny. There were moments that actually made me laugh. I think Jim Carrey will be fine. I'm thinking that the trailers are just ruining it for me.
Yeah, I mean, I will feel it's a little choppy with his jokes, but I think he's more of a from the movies I've seen. I haven't seen every movie he's been in, but most of the movies I've seen him in were in comedies, and he always has like there's like a pace to his movies. You know, there's little bits in the movie almost, but it's still in the character. To me, like we're just getting almost like a best of like certain scenes. It might be fun. Jim Carrey, I think, is funnier in the moment, not in the trailer. And this trailer, I feel like is a little paced a little weird. If you look past the hype of Sonic's design is great.
All right. What is this trailer?
This trailer is a little bit more about the plot. It has a little bit of
I don't know if this has
jokes.
anything to do with the plot other than just we know Robotnik's after Sonic.
Well, I'm saying there's more in it, I think. Like if we broke down the trailer more, I could talk about like I'm seeing things where I'm like, okay, I think I know where this point is in the film. That's what I'm saying, is that I can tell where everything's going to be, I think. But overall, this is just kind of like a best of the jokes while kind of like loosely saying the plot. So I think that's why it feels a little choppy. Maybe his jokes aren't hitting as well. But also, once again, this is for kids. So maybe the jokes aren't going to be as
Although
weird.
that you can't just use that excuse, you know what I mean? Like
I'm
just
saying Jim Carrey in Liar
but...
Liar, for example, is a little bit different. Like a kid isn't going to watch that film and get all the jokes that he's doing.
Sure. Another thing, too, as we mentioned many times, this is Jeff Fowler's first real directorial thing. And, you say Jim Carrey has like a flow to all of his movies. Well, a lot of that is also like literally the director and the editors.
That's true.
So does Jeff Fowler know that? Like, is he able to direct Jim Carrey to
or
make
did they
that?
just get Jim Carrey because he's a big name and be like,
because that happens.
Yeah.
That happens. Oh, we got so-and-so for this. It's like, all right, did you utilize them? Because they're only here for a paycheck. If we can't tell that Mark Wahlberg is actually here for real to be in a Transformers movie, does he actually care? You gotta make him care. I don't think he cared. I saw that movie.
That's literally a great comparison. Oh, Mark Wahlberg. That he could have been Dr. Eggman.
I got a lot of robots.
The trailer's pace reminds me of the same pace from the first trailer. So it is a little concerning that I'm hoping the movie isn't like this because it does feel a little jagged.
Yeah, I do wonder how many like somber or just like still scenes we'll have.
Well, I guess Sonic's so fast, nothing can be still. But I mean, you can still make it like slow it down a bit. I just hope it isn't.
I wonder if that's a fear they have, Oh, kids aren't going to care if he's not being constantly energetic and annoying and running around. Like,
yeah, it's a kid's film. I think we always want it to be something. Like we're always like, oh, I want it to be fun and stuff, but like also they're catering it to kids first before us.
Yeah.
In the big scheme of things. Granted, you could argue that they are catering to us because we're the ones who complained the most about the design on social media, and they changed it.
That is true. Probably a first, to be honest, in film history, where they actually changed the main character like completely. because of reactions.
Did Jim Carrey tweet anything about this trailer or no? Do we know that?
That's a good question. I haven't seen him.
Because we had, because Ben Schwartz tweeted, right, when the trailer came out, being like, I'm really excited for this new, like he was supporting the film, as opposed to Jim Carrey, who last couple months here has said something saying like, I don't know how, basically like indifferent on it or throwing a little shade at Sonic fans being upset on something that they don't technically own, maybe.
So we do follow Jim Carrey. We have been following him. He's tweeted a lot of political cartoons.
Yeah, he does a lot of that.
Okay, so he said this 2 days ago. Actually, I'm going to retweet it right now. He said, well, it's time for that little blue hedgehog to have his moment of glory. Check out the new trailer for the hashtag Sonic movie. But rest assured, the future belongs to Robotnik.
Okay.
So
I'm glad he's supporting that. It'd be a little salty. I'm sure maybe there's something in his contract.
It would be weird if he was like, why didn't this movie come out already? Like, that would feel like...
Or just didn't acknowledge it at all, you know?
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm glad he said something. But compared to that, to like Ben Schwartz, who actually seemed genuinely excited in full support of being like, you know what? Yeah, this is going to be
for real.
Great. This is going to be good. I'm excited about this trailer. So like, yeah, the more I watch this, the more, granted, I'm not watching it with audio, taking a couple steps back. I'm still very, very hyped, but I'm not as hyped because I'm like, yeah, we're all hyped because the Sonic design is great. You know what I mean? And we're getting new footage, but like now that I look at it more, I'm like, it's still kind of choppy like the first trailer, which is a little concerning.
Yeah. The art of making a trailer is hard. We all can't be Hideo Kojima and just make one long shot.
Yeah, and there's no guarantee that the trailer's pace is going to be the same as the movie's pace, because it could be completely different departments. There might be departments like, hey, here's the film, chop it up to 2 minutes and 32 seconds.
Here are the scenes we want, make a trailer.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 51 seconds. So like they might have just picked some new moments with also showing some of the old moments, but with the new design.
If we want to go real crazy, comparing this to the last trailer, we could count the number of times it cuts to a different scene and compare it.
How many more cuts it is?
Yeah, how choppy is it really?
It does feel like there's more cuts in this, from what I remember.
But it also feels like there's more to show.
Yeah, true.
And they show almost completely different stuff. Like, there isn't any, like, we're going to the veterinarian place.
I think there's more Eggman in this.
Yeah. There's more Eggman and more Sonic.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Because didn't the first trailer have, like, the military being like, there was an EMP blackout and blah, 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 blah.
They hinted at it in this, but they never have, like, dialogue about it. And I would say there's even less Cyclops. Poor Cyclops.
Yeah. poor Cyclops.
But maybe he'll be the one. Maybe he might be the best actor in this film.
Which Cyclops was he?
The first one.
Was he... Okay, the older Cyclops.
Yeah, he's not the newer one who just says, Gene!
God, I saw Dark Phoenix. Did you see it?
No.
Their one use of the F-bomb in the PG-13 movie is so corny and bad, and he says it. It's just the worst. God.
Well,
but I'm glad he's not...
the trailer, and he says Gene like 8 times. And
that's half the movie. That's half the movie. That's all he does.
Okay, you're going to say Gene, but like, you know, yell it, you know. I did that 4 times already. Are you sure you don't want me to change it up? No. Just say Gene.
I mean, I'm pretty sure for a lot of that stuff, they ADR'd it after the fact. Like, they get him in a VO booth, scream Gene a bunch of times, and we'll take one and we'll just put it over your scene.
It's like, okay, we're in for the next 45 minutes. You're just going to give us every Gene of every emotion, just so we have every single option.
That movie was
Can I get a sad Gene? Can I get a romantic Gene? Can I get a depressed Gene? Can I get an angry Gene?
I think the Sonic movie has a better shot of being good than that movie ever
Dark
had.
Phoenix?
Yeah.
I hope so. I didn't see it and I know it was bad. I didn't need anyone to tell me that.
The scene from your quote at the beginning of this episode, the gift shop scene, quote, he stole that stuff, right? He doesn't have any money.
I know,
He stole 3 rubber bands, a paddle ball, and a hat. Just a generic red hat.
No one even knew he stole it.
To be fair, I guess that's true. Like, who are you hurting if no one's there to know, it's a victimless crime? And is that actually a crime? Who knows? Sonic's breaking the speed limit all the time, but there's no victim.
And he does illegal left turns.
Yes. And he's just destroyed a car on the freeway. I don't know. Any other thoughts on this? Like, where do we want to take this?
I'm hyped. Like I said earlier, my Sonic stock is at an all-time high. It's only going up. I don't know if it can go up anymore because I feel like it's in that ceiling. Like, what else? Now that we got a trailer, what else can raise the hype for you? What's your best case scenario? Besides the movie coming out.
Okay, so to actually make me even more excited for the movie.
Yeah.
They would need to show, the trailer just started over for me again. They show him running through Green Hill Zone.
Yeah.
I would literally just need proof that this movie has a long section of him just running through Green Hill Zone. That's all I need. If I had 5 uninterrupted minutes of CG action of him running through basically a Sonic level, then my
I can guarantee you that's
excitement
going to
goes
be the
up.
start of the film. I can guarantee you. The start of the film is going to be him running through Green Hill Zone. Something's going to happen where he's like, fine, I'll go to this other realm
Yeah.
called Earth.
I mean, well, it's not a realm, it's a planet, because they call him an alien. He says, I left my planet and I went to yours.
Yeah. So you just want something like that.
I want proof that,
Okay,
like,
what's
hey,
the worst case scenario? What would like just destroy all the hype?
Somehow finding out before the movie comes out that this is as funny as it gets. This is as, like, you know what I mean? If it's not any better than this trailer.
How about it being delayed again?
No, because, like, delays are usually a good thing. Unless
No, I'm
you're,
saying it's delayed to like next September.
I feel like we got a lot more episodes to plan.
That's what I'm saying. That's where my hype dies. I'm like, oh no, what are we gonna? What are we?
Because usually delays are good for a movie, but
I don't think
Dark
it's
Phoenix got delayed a lot.
There was rumors that it was gonna be delayed till March. They wouldn't have.
Oh, they
dropped
definitely
this trailer.
quashed that. Yeah.
They wouldn't have dropped this trailer saying this February.
I don't know. Naughty Dog announced The Last of Us Part 2 is coming out on whatever day that was in February, and then like a week and a half later delayed it 3 months.
Yeah, but it's also a video game where like it's allowed to come out whenever.
Yeah.
Generally, like there is like competition of like, okay, some people can only buy one.
They have a
$60
publisher
game.
that's like, we need your game to be perfect. Take your time.
When a movie has a
Paramount's just like, get blue guy out of here.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a movie is more of like a set time. You're like, this is when it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
We have 3 weeks to make
You have a
X
deadline.
amount of money. Yeah.
Yep, because a movie like this, the margins for profit have to be very small. If we're thinking sub Detective Pikachu numbers, and I have a feeling that I feel like we ask this every other time. What's the budget of this movie? What's the budget of Pikachu? Because Pikachu has to be higher, if I remember correctly.
I want to say it was.
I don't
like
know, all these
100 million.
reanimations. The reanimation has to be a huge amount of the budget. Because there's no way that they force those people.
They hired Sonic fans. They're like, okay, you want to talk all this crap? Come work for us.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of money, but it can't be more than a couple million. I don't think. Like, it's not gonna be like, let's say this one was 100 million. It's not gonna be 200 million now. I don't think it'd be like 120 million.
You think? You don't think that the jump is going up that much?
No more than like a 20 million. I don't think. I could be wrong. I don't work in the film business or know the payroll of editors. How many people were editing this?
If I were to make a guess, there are 2 aspects to the animations that they do. There is the Sonic himself and like the shadows and occlusion or whatever that Sonic reflects onto the world around him. And I wonder how much of the latter did they not need to do.
Well, the thing is, how much did they animate? Have they finished the film yet, or did they just knock out the trailer? And now it's like, okay, now it's prime time, guys. We have the trailer out. We have to hit February 14th.
Yeah, but I wonder, like, because you're saying you don't think the budget went up that much because of the animation. I wonder if that actually is true.
Because animated films aren't that expensive, from what I've seen. Like,
I think the highest animated film budget-wise was Tangled. And that's mainly because they were basically using that budget to make their animation software that made the next wave of Disney movies.
Because I could have sworn that Detective Pikachu was like no more than 100 million.
I'm going to Google this right now.
Like, if you said it was like 80 million, it wouldn't surprise me either. And Pokemon was more more animation.
150.
Oh, so, okay. And that had more, remember? That had more, I think, animation in it.
There's millions of those critters. 90. So if the original budget announced was 90.
Let's say 150 again. Maybe less. 140, 130. So this movie makes, let's say, 300 million worldwide. You get double.
You think?
I'm just saying, like, for example. I think it's not going to be... I think the budget after this trailer is at 110 million. And maybe 30 more million on top of that till then when the movie comes out, including, like, ads and stuff.
Huh. Yeah.
I guess.
Marketing, right? They have to print out all that material. They have to pay for TV spots.
Oh, and one more Sonic news with the trailer. There is... Puma tweeted out that they are doing something with the Sonic shoes, but I saw, though, it's not going to be the shoes he wears in the film, but it's going to be something Sonic related.
It's going to be just their regular shoe, and it's going to be blue.
Someone said it was coming out
Sonic
this week, but I'm like, this week's almost over, so I don't know. I don't know where that's coming from.
Interesting.
But I kind of want to get them. I kind of want to get them though if they come out. Well, if they look ugly, but I don't know. It's gonna come down to money. If they're more than like $100, probably not.
Oof. Yeah, I don't know.
But I could see them dropping. If they drop for like 80, I'll get them.
I'd laugh, but I own Metal Gear Solid 5 sunglasses. I own the sunglasses one of the characters
So I like
wears.
Puma. Puma's probably is like
Really?
my go-to running shoes. When I did cross country, I would only run in Puma because
You don't like Skechers?
no, no.
What about Heelys?
No. So yeah, I mean that's the other news. I'm just like, oh, that'd be
I
cool.
wonder how much merchandising they're going to do for this movie. How much is it going to be specifically based off this
There's
movie?
gotta be some
and how
T-shirts
much?
at Walmart, right, or Target.
Oh, for sure. I want them to actually lean in and do like some merchandise based off the old design, poking fun at how bad it was. I want a T-shirt that's the meow face from the first trailer.
You can just print that yourself, probably.
But I want them to like do it officially. You know what I mean?
There's no way. There's no way.
I want there to be a Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse for Sonic, and one of them is the realistic, ugly rat.
No.
You know that's going to happen one day.
Maybe
Within the next 20 years. Guarantee it.
Oh, someone's just gonna animate bad Sonic into the movie.
Yeah. So that's the other thing too. Like, how much of the original edit was done? Is there enough to show like significant parts? You know what I mean? And will we ever see it?
I have a feeling that when they first announced it, they weren't fully done with the film, and that maybe saved them time. Because this is kind of a quick turnaround if you think about it. Because this movie's been like in talks since what? I mean, I remember people were talking about it in 2018. That's when the first rumors came out. Was 2018 that this film was being made.
Really, 2018?
Yeah, I was reading up on
That is a really quick turnaround.
So I had a feeling that maybe they had a good chunk of the movie done. They're like, hey guys, we're gonna change the design.
Yeah, could be.
Like, I doubt the film is done right now. They're probably in a post-production.
Yeah,
phase.
it's a lot more shadow passing and a lot more reflection passing.
Look at every scene, make sure everything looks good.
Get your stupid coffee cup out of that scene, Gerald. Go back in time and slap yourself for leaving that coffee cup back there. I'm excited for this movie.
I'm very, very excited. This is going to be...
Having seen now the trailer for 50 times, I think there's a lot of good references.
I think we're excited, and I know like general people are excited. So I'm hoping that leads to a good turnout in the film box office. At the end of the day, if this movie was, let's say this movie is just amazing. I don't think it's going to be amazing, but let's say we come out of it being like, it's one of the best films I've ever seen. If it doesn't make its money, at least it's going to be a failure. I don't know what their expectations are with this, but I'm guessing...
All that matters is that somewhere in the world on opening night, 2 random people are going to see this movie and fall in love.
You think so? I think someone's going to...
No.
No
one.
Any proposals, do you think? Any proposals on opening night?
Oh, they get one like a pretty like garbagey like set of like the Sonic ring. They use that as the ring.
No, that'd be funny. So like me and my hubby have been waiting 3 years for this Sonic movie, and we thought this was the perfect time to celebrate our love forever or whatever. And then it's just a proposal. It's an actual Sonic ring that they put on their finger.
Our dog's name is Chemical Plant, and our cat's name is Death Egg.
Stop. It's this just 2 Sonic fan couples, I guess.
Yeah. We're making fun of that, but we literally run a podcast. It's about the Sonic movie. So
it's 18 million views, by the way. We definitely gave him 100 together right now in this loop.
Probably. I mean, it's been what, 45 minutes? Divide that by 2.5 times 2 again, because there's 2 of us. But I wonder how many views the last trailer had. How many people were watching it?
I think they deleted it.
Really? That's, Remember when we said that like we wanted them to have the balls to be like, here's the original trailer with the new design?
Yeah, I don't.
And then also a new trailer.
Let me look at the playlist. It's not listed in their upcoming films.
90% sure that their Twitter also deleted all tweets.
Yeah, because Pet Sematary is here, and Sonic trailer came out after Pet Sematary. Jesus Christ, there's so much Terminator stuff. Gemini Man. Yeah, so they definitely deleted the old trailer. And now we got the SpongeBob movie there too.
Is that Paramount?
Yeah.
All right, well, I think that's about to wrap it up today. All right, this has been episode 12 of the Sonic Movie Show. Every week we bring you news and stuff that isn't news about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie coming out on February 14th. We just had our second trailer, and I think we had a fun time. You can follow the show itself on Twitter at the Sonic Movie Show. or at Sonic Movie Show on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at Ethan Absolutely. You can follow Devin on Twitter at Cursona YouTube. That's Cursona YouTube.
Yep.
And you can find the show on YouTube as well as Apple Podcasts and Google Play Music. Or is it Google Play Podcasts?
Google Play Music Podcast.
Google Play Music? Yeah. We have it. It's somewhere Google. If you search in Google somewhere, you'll find it. I would actually love to know how many people
and if,
use
in case you don't
Google
know,
for podcasts.
In case you don't know, the Sonic Movie Show moved for a little while, but we officially moved it to a new channel last week. So I'm just going to go and subscribe to that.
Yeah, check out the Sonic Movie Show on its new channel. Give it a subscribe. Give it a like. Download every single episode on Apple Podcasts.
Be a loyal servant.
5 stars. Wow. 5
please,
stars.
Can someone
That's
please
your
rate
comment.
Wow, 5 stars.
Please. And yeah, next time we'll have a far more in-depth conversation about the Sonic trailer. All right, bye.
Bye.